Hello? How's this working? Alright, you can hear me. Is it like the worst audio quality ever? I don't know why. Like suddenly my computer doesn't recognize my microphone at all. Turn the mic up a bit. Okay, hold on. I'll see what I can do. Is this better? It looks like I'm blowing up the mic, so... I hope I did not explode anyone's ears with that. Not really? Ah, oh, piece of garbage. How is this? I don't want to speak too loud in case it's super duper loud now. Not good. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, okay. 1 2 1 2 test. Oh, it's terrible. Why? What if I try? Alright. How is this? I've never done this before, but I'm using my phone as a microphone. Might need to go get the cable so I can charge it. Right, sorry. Everything at once. Okay, hold on. Otto got me these adorable little cable protector. Okay, cover your ears. Is it still working? Oh. Yeah, we can hear everything. That's so funny. I have some coffee. It's decaf, but you know. So probably that everything that I put on the table or do on the table comes out super loud. Put cloth under the... Is this any better? I got earphones in and it's not been anything super crazy loud yet. Okay, good. Hi everyone. Sorry about that. It's always something, isn't it? There's some glue in my moleskin. It's really bothering me. But yeah, hi Boxapainta. Hi Otto. Hi Mikey. Hi Melissa. Can hear your finger rubbing the sketchbook. Oh no. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be like too much ASMR. If it's too terrible, I'll just, you know, cancel it and try to fix the issue for next time, but... I think some of the glue got on my pencil board. Not terrible, just funny. Okay, okay. I can live with funny. I'm quite impressed that I can use my phone as the microphone just like that. Like, it's not connected to my computer at all. Not physically, anyway. I'm trying to think of a Okay, a bit of context. I've cracked open this new sketchbook because I want to have fun just doodling with colored pencils. And this is a moleskin sketchbook, so it's a somewhat thicker paper, really smooth, really fun to use with color pencil. But yeah, I've only done one page so far, this one, and I used reference from Pinterest for the mugs, but I can't really use my phone. And I'm trying to think if I have a book nearby that will at least, you know, lay flat enough that I can use it as reference. How did you know to use your phone? I was checking the settings on the OBS and it was one of the options. It was like default microphone, Ev's iPhone, the mic from the camera. And I was like, what? I can use my iPhone for this? Let's go! That's pretty cool. I think I have an idea. Oh, sorry. I feel like everything I'm bumping into is gonna be super duper loud. I have these cool Japanology books, but I don't think they will stay open very well, but they would have been interesting. I had especially the Chiogami one or the Wagashi one. Like these would be fun to draw, I feel like. They're so pretty. And maybe not the yokai one, but the Kingyo one. Like goldfishes. Oh, they look so silly. They're so blobby. Blobby, blobby, blobby. No, it's not the watercolor paper one, it's just the sketchbook one. But yeah, these don't really stay open very well, so... I'm thinking. Okay, hold on, I have another idea. I can bring those back. We hadn't seen our baby fish in a couple of weeks, but they popped out when I was cleaning the filter out today. Still small and they are still almost invisible because they're so black. Oh, I didn't see them. What kind of fish are they? So I found this old Marimekko calendar that has really fun patterns in it, and I might just do like studies of these patterns. So it being a desk calendar makes for a good reference that I can prop up somewhat easily. Somewhat being the key word here. Come on, come on. Ooh. No? Alright, that's good enough. is the camera like super... There's a weird line of lighting right here. Oh, why is everything so borked today? Why is everything shitty today? Why? Oh, good grief. They are pond goldfish. It's either their babies or a bird drops some eggs. Really? But at least 3 babies about a thumb big. Being in a Gen X mode makes you all over the place with technology. Oh, hi Erica! Hey! One of the 3 has deep, deep red-orange when the sun hits it just right, but otherwise they are toothless of fishies. Aw. Right? Let's try. What else am I missing now? Pencil sharpener. Hubby went to get in the car and it wouldn't leave him via phone key. And so I opened it up and he got to the end of the road and told him no key detected. What? I think it must be a technological fool. Oh no, but I mean, phone key, that sounds like a recipe for eventual disaster, doesn't it? Like, it's not gonna end well. Oh, I can use the lines from my pencil board for this too. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. I can sort of see them. Hey, Salome, hi. Yeah, that's not what I'm supposed to do. That's not what it's supposed to do either. I'm trying to, you know, use up all my old bits and pieces of old pencils, but yeah, it also means a lot of broken leads. Some of these are probably older than me. They were like my aunt and my mom's when they were kids. Or at least kid adjacent? Yeah, adjacent. For better or for worse, my car apparently was fine letting him drive wherever he was going, but if it hadn't sorted itself, it couldn't have started it at the other end. What the... I keep doing mistakes. Let's see how this eraser for color erase for color pencil works. If it works any better than, you know, a regular one. It doesn't really. Alright, let's... This space is supposed to be empty. Oh, whatever. Fine. Your car was planning to leave your hubby stranded. Definitely. Evil car. What's the name of the car in the Stephen King stuff? I call her Diane from Twin Peaks, but apparently Christine. Christine! That's the car, right? Is it? I'm recovering from wisdom teeth extraction, but... Oh, I hope that went well. Right, so what other colors do I want with this? Sorry. Christine was the killer Stephen King car. Okay, okay. I'm missing solid food. Oh no. Sorry. I'm struggling a lot with allergies. Apparently I'm a runner now. It's official because I got my first proper running shoes today. That's really awesome. What were you using before? What kind of shoes were you using for running before you got these? Just trainers I already had. That sounds like what I'll do eventually. I don't think I can quite put this one in there because the colored lead in there is loose. So if I remove the washi tape on the back, it's just gonna go back, and I don't think any of my pencil extenders can cope with that. I wasn't gonna spend the money on running shoes if I can't even manage a 5K race. I have a central line the mom is supposed to be giving me to buy it, but I think she's going to carve out time. I had them out 8 days ago. I just tried some lasagna. Oof, oh, oof. Lasagna is delicious, but not when you have gaping holes in your mouth. Man, this one is so creamy. Old Barrel Prismacolor, like excessively creamy pencil. It went really well for my first journalist. Whoa. Wow. How many teeth did they get out? The right shoes for any activities make or break. I absolutely agree. Even if it's just walking. It's always making me want to get to the point where I'm able to run again, even if I don't even like running. I just don't, but I know I kind of need to be more active, so that would be a way to do it. We do biking, but Quebec being what it is, it's kind of hard to bike in the winter. All 4 of them. Ooh. I think I got really lucky with my wisdom teeth. I only had to have 2 of them removed. And like within a couple of days, it was all good. I could eat food again. We can race each other virtually. Well, I mean, we could just race together virtually. I'm not a particularly competitive person. I'm glad I did it though, because now I know what to expect with surgery and anesthetic. The subsco, it was minor. I haven't been running in a lot of years, but when I got shoes that keep my heel from slipping and had the right grip, they still hurt at the end, but a different kind. My cat had teeth out and was fine so quick. Oh yeah, that's not fair, right? Yeah, that's not. Okay, good. I'm not running for speed, just being able to do race distances. Yeah, and like what you said about like joining official races, kind of like I kind of expected it to be more gated than it actually is, but from what you told me, Otto, it's pretty open to just about anyone who can, you know, keep up in a way. And I feel like I would at least like to try it once. For now, I can't run at all, really, except to catch the bus. But I was able to run years and years ago, and I feel like I can work back up to that, you know, skill. What really made it work for me was when I did it the first time. I was going to the gym and I would use the treadmill to do intervals. Like you walk fast for a minute, you run for 30 seconds. You walk fast for a minute, you run for 30 seconds. And you keep adjusting these, and at some point, I was like, I recover so quickly during the walk phases that I just was like, oh, for the sake of challenge, I'm just gonna have it be a whole run, the whole thing. And I was able to do it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I can run straight for like 20-25 minutes now. And then I would go run outside, and I didn't really measure it because it was not running with a goal. It was just running to try and be healthier. But I could do like 45 minutes of running without having to stop. Yeah, most races don't have a quit bus. The quit bus was evil. That's so evil. I don't know who came up with that notion, but they deserve a swift kick in the ass. Like, seriously, I had never heard of that. Well, I could do 45 minutes. Now I can't do shit. The only thing I can do for now is like 2 hours of biking. But biking is not the same because there are hills, and like when you go downhill a bit on a bike, you can sort of take a small break. My husband doesn't want to race either. Is he running too? Oh, you didn't tell. You didn't tell me if he took to running as well. For those who don't know about quit buses, some races have a bus going slowly, and if the bus gets to you, you have to quit. That was my first race. Seriously, what kind of pure evil thing? Like a quit bus, like, go to hell. Go to hell on the quit bus, okay? Like, geez, are people supposed to get into the sport if there's that kind of shit going on? Hubby's a big dude and he can swim like a fish. Years ago, decided to try with him, and after 2 laps, freaked out from water in my face and decided on the night. You guys would be good for a team triathlon. You could do the swimming part, you can do the running part, and you would need someone for the biking part. Is that it? I think quit buses are evil, especially for a 5K where there are lots of beginners. Yeah, and I mean, all right, fine. You're gonna take 10 minutes longer to run the freaking 5K. So what? Hey, Lana, hi. Fun runs you can walk and it's all good. Yeah, like when I was a kid, there would be this thing that would happen quite regularly, and it was a 4-kilometer run / walk. And it was, if I remember right, it was completely for charity, the whole thing. And like they would encourage schools to, have the kids go to it. And a lot of people there would be just walking, like not even trying to run. And the times that I did it, I walked it. And it was just, as a way to bring people together and to maybe make some issues more known to people. Like, it was not like, dude, I cannot imagine having a quit bus for that. That's so defeating the purpose of the whole endeavor. I need to go race, rest. Oh, Mikey, have a nice rest. I hope that goes well. I thought it was because they had other races after ours to ensure the course was clear. No, we were the last race of the day. What? We wanted to do moving related things today, but had to put off from the heat. Oh, how hot is it? Blech. I have a 10K at the end of September. You can totally beat it. There were some people who stopped running after maybe 300 meters. Why should these people be, just plopped into the freaking bus? That's so mean. I do not approve of this notion. No one should. It's just, not cool. But yeah, I don't know. The thing I would really love to be able to try at some point is trail running. I might hate it. I'm not saying like, I know I'm gonna love it. I've did it before and whatever. But, like I don't get to that euphoria phase of running. Like I just run, and I'm counting the laps before I'm done, or whatever time or kilometers and whatnot. Like, I did it for 3 months, and even then after 3 months, like when I stopped exercising, it was getting cold, and I did other things outside. Like there's a nearby hill that I would go up and down, and let me tell you, going uphill is not the easiest thing. So that was good exercise too. But running is interesting because you can do it anywhere. All you need is basically like a few clothes and shoes. Like it's the most, I feel, the most accessible form of cardio exercise you can do. It's gonna be 30C here tomorrow. Oof, good luck. There are no races during the summer, so I might do some virtual races. No races during the summer? But your summers are so chill. What? You do the round, upload the evidence like a tracking info screenshot, and they send you a medal. Ooh. Oh, interesting. So you do it what, on a treadmill? Or you can do it anywhere. Sit on a couch and pretend run. You attach your phone to the cats. There's a really angry squirrel outside. That's kind of funny. Emmy was even rolled up on top of the sweater. Jungle creatures love. It was over 30 in the office and they loved it. Cats are really stupid when it comes to heat. They definitely don't mind. It's the cheapest sport to start, but it gets expensive fast after a while. Yeah, running season here is spring and autumn. Jeebus. Most people who run and enjoy it a lot, they kind of get a bit intense about it after a point. Like, you know, the whole thing with the forest fires and the smog and how bad it was. And they were sort of recommending everyone to maybe not go outside and be careful. You can be sure that runners went outside to run anyway. Like rain or snow or smog or, you know, you can do it on a treadmill or outside, whatever. Oh, interesting. Uphill is cursed. When I went on a pilgrimage, the first day was uphill for 5 hours. Oh, your poor, like, legs. Oh my gosh. Nah, summer is now very hot. Fine when on a holiday by the beach with her gun, but not at home, please. Running is the watercolor of the sport. That would explain a lot. Otto, I think Baxapite figured it out. Oh, don't be sorry about it, Otto. It kind of makes me want to run too, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, I remember when I ran a while ago. Like, I'm sorry, I keep coming back to it, but that's my only experience of truly doing anything physical ever. Like, I would hate phys ed, and they tried to have me do taekwondo, but I was really shit at it. And yeah, I got somewhat fit-ish 10 years ago, and then stopped and just started piling on the weight back again. But yeah, when I started like running, even if it was the interval thing, I remember the feeling of the extra fat jiggling and how it's not a fun feeling, like that kind of follow through of weight on your body, like up and down and pulling on skin and all that. And so I was like, oh, I might try running again when I get to a point where I've lost enough weight so it's not as bad. But yeah, I don't know, that might take a while, and like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I would need to have like a full-on binder suit just so I could run without that discomfort. I kind of see you wear teal or purple. Otto's color is pink and black. My husband places it on rubbing his legs, feeling tense. Wait, what? Make sure they're worn in well before you do the run. Well, you kind of have to run with them, like, before doing any official runs, of course. But you were hiking already. Running is the same, but faster with no backpack. You might have a water backpack, though. Those kind of water vest thingies. The next step is a portable air purifier to run with the pollution. Hey, Dominic, hi. Hi, Greasy. I love running because it was social enough, but you still have people silently doing the same thing around you. There aren't many activities where you get that. Cycling is a bit like that. But you also get all the, like, super cyclists with their lycra outfits. And I don't know why. Like, I haven't figured out a very sensible reason why, but they get on my nerves so bad, and I always want to punch them in the ass. Oh my god, I was struggling uphill at the charity race, dying and wanting to give up. Then an old lady runs past me in a pink tutu with hollow glitter. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Talk about a kick in the butt, right? Like, wait, what? Hold on, hold my shoes. They're running uphill. I mean, oh, that's miserable. I see people do it at the park and I'm like, how? You guys are really fit. Because they have big round pads on their bumps that scream kick me. No, well, that's the whole thing. Like, we do a lot of biking, but not to that level of biking. Like, I really enjoy biking. I hate meeting other people on the bike ride, but that's part of it. And I've looked into it. What was the whole thing with the padded shorts? It's what they call a chamois, and it's basically like for ladies out there. It's basically as if you had a pad in your shorts. That's like extra padding. Because let me tell you, after 2 hours, your butt is sore like nobody's business. Hi, Sylvia. Hey. And yeah, it's just that the way they're seated on those speed cycling bikes, when they zoom by you, all you see after is a butt, because they're so folded over that their butt is in your face. And they're always like, they have those stupid looking jerseys that I really hate. And hold on, je peux pas vraiment faire pause.
Okay. Est-ce que tout ce qui est à la machine, ça met dans la sécheuse?
Non. Be right back.
J'ai commencé à faire.
Sorry. So the only 5K. Oh, nut. Oh my god, I went to see the Tour de France once. The cyclists have the smoothest, shiniest legs. Like ladies at the beach be jealous smooth. Oh, they get all that hair like lasered out for sure. Can't believe it took me so long to realize you can't cold brew green tea. You can't? I had an ex doing triathlon and he shaved the legs because it helps somehow. I think it helps in the water a lot. I don't know about cycling, but whatever. You get less flies stuck in your hair. Not a single air-grown hair to be seen. All the hair has been nuked to oblivion. I cold brew green tea, and it's one that's recommended by the tea company. But I read the direction many times, doubting it wasn't gonna be a bottle of water. I cold brew green tea all the time. But yeah, I get so irate at the speed cyclists for no valid reason. They're always like super fit people too, and I'm like, where are the lumpy people like me? Flies stuck in like hair. We end up eating a lot of flies when we do some cycling. It just happens. They're tiny flies. Maybe that's less bad. Right here, buddy. Lumpy high five. Let's go. I get a lot of cyclists near me, and I now see all sorts of people doing it now. Yeah, I mean, you have all sorts of cyclists on the bike lanes, but all the speed cyclists are the same. They have the fly like mirror glasses, helmets, the stupid jerseys, the padded leggings, tights, pants, shorts, whatever. The bikes where you're like folded in half, and most of them have pedals where you have to clip your shoes in. And they zoom by super fast, and they do their little signals, and I just want to kick them. We don't have huge paths on walks here, and when we had our dogs, it was a constant battle with bikers going 90 to nothing and us having to shift. Yeah, oh my gosh. They don't think these things through, right? Like, why do you put the place where the people are gonna go super fast right next to the place where people are gonna walk super casually with their pets, possibly? Don't bikers ring the bell? What bell? I don't know anything about cycle racing. Is there like a 5K equivalent for cycle races? Are there anything between nothing and Tour de France? I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I feel like with cycling, the races are definitely like on a different scale than you have for running. Because like biking for 30 kilometers is kind of nothing. Like it's really easy to do. Whereas running for 30 kilometers is something else, you know. But yeah, we had a, you know, where I live, it's Montreal. Montreal is an island, and they have something they called Tour de l'Île, which is basically like a tour around the island. And that happened not long ago. But I don't know how long the race was, though. Like, what was the distance of it? Oh god, that's not good. We don't go fast, but people's dogs always would jump out of the bush in front of our bikes, even if we were being careful and considerate. How to find a good oof. Have you tried lamb with mint jelly? Why? No. No. We also have sometimes bike events here, not a real race. Yeah, it's just a bit of a mess because some people go there just for biking for fun with kids. Some people walk on the bike lanes. Those I would also like to turn into bike racks. And then you have the speeding people, which are not necessarily an improvement. Please explain to me, why would anyone put mint and lamb together? I've seen it in what were they called? I think it's a Middle Eastern dish where you have basically a pita bread and there's a mixture on top that is lamb, mint, oregano, tomato, and that's all cooked together, and it's on the pita and then cooked again. And that was really good, but it was not overpowering. Maybe that's the part that I'm not quite kofta. Kofta is the meat that they use for the kebabs. It was I don't remember what's it called. But yeah, it looks a bit like a pizza without cheese, you know, just visually. I think I'm just, in my mind, I'm really like not having a good visual of what lamb with mint would be like. Because, you know, mint is so overpowering as a taste. Lamb is too, but yeah, it's just... I bought hubby mint jelly when he sent me to the store asking for mint sauce. But was actually asking for mint source body wash. Whoops! Not quite the same. Oh no. What did you end up doing with the jelly? Rub this on your body, honey. Oh, that would have been so sticky and gross. I'm not sure if it's that we just never had any access to lamb, really, and over here it's everywhere. And like a prawn that hasn't been deveined, I can smell it from a mile. Well, it's super stinky. Not stinky, but it's one of those meat that have a really strong smell. I think it's probably still hiding in the back of the pantry somewhere. Mint jelly. I can't imagine many proteins using mint. I can visualize mint and fish more easily than I do mint and lamb. I don't know why. I had a recipe that was quite good. It was a dish made with lamb, and it was one of those kind of middle ground dish that was a bit more like sweet and savory at the same time. Like you would stew the lamb with dried apricots, carrots, and there was some cinnamon in the seasonings, and it was like different, if anything. I like beets. My brain smells or taste times and refuses to swallow. Yeah, but beets, they're basically a mouthful of dirt. Dirt! I've had chicken with couscous that had fresh mint and it was numb. But it wouldn't be something I would have thought to do on my own. I feel like mint and lemon go well together, and by extension, everything that goes well with lemon to a certain extent would also maybe be fine with a bit of mint. I'm surprised beets aren't more popular, like how UB got popular. What? I've been eating so much lemon cream pasta. I feel like beets are too popular, if anything. Like it's kind of a semi-struggle to find something that doesn't have any beets in it when you look into vegan foods. Like burger style patties or like fake meatballs, or where else have I seen it? And hummus and salads. Blech. Yup is earthy, but it's not the same full mud experience. Sorry, was not expecting full mud experience. Ube are the purple yams that people use nowadays in baked goods, mostly for the deep purple color. Really, I've never heard of those. It's like, you know how everything yellow is colored with turmeric? Oh no, Melissa. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the main advantages of exercising too is to have a more positive outlook on the food you eat. Like I feel like exercising is healthy for the mindset of not seeing certain foods as bad foods anymore. Terrifying moment people forget to warn you about as a kid. I've never had to deal with that because I've never liked beets ever. Like my parents would have it with meat pie, and I would just I must have tasted it. It was pickled beets, and I must have tasted it and being like, ugh, that's just gross, and never really ate it again. So asparagus is always surprising though, for similar reasons. I have very vivid memories of being force-fed beets by nuns in kindergarten. That sounds nightmarish. On so many levels, not just the beets. Oh. Hey, Cleo! How have you been? I've always been a smartass, but was like, surely if you need me to have this vitamin, you can find something that has been dug up from the pits of Oh. Oh geez, nobody should ever be forced to eat something. Yeah, I agree. I'm cat sitting for a friend and trying to look for an X-Acto knife without actually digging through her personal stuff. Oops. Did you check in the kitchen drawers? I haven't checked the kitchen yet. Oh, maybe there.
J'ai parti une machine avec rien.
Ok.
Il restait du savon, du poivre.
Pour le raton. I had the unfun balance of one side of family giving you choice inappropriate portion sizes, and the other that was the eat what's on your plate. Ew. She does lots of arts and craftsy projects. Surely there is one somewhere. Well, we all need one to open boxes, right? Sorry, gross. I don't have confidence in many things, but I know that I can sit in silence for hours, refusing to eat one tiny piece of green onion. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I would have eaten the thing. And, I mean, have other stuff to do, right? Potato peeler, pizza cutter, seam ripper, old fashioned, well, seam ripper. In the kitchen. I've moved on to the sewing table. Hubby was the kid who put food behind the cupboard. Ew, the smell after a while. No. I text her, but she's currently listening to a concert in Berlin. Ooh. Yeah, not the best moment for a text. Do you know what concert? I really like the colors of your doodle. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really like copying the patterns on this one, but it's quite enjoyable to work with a weird, random, limited color selection. This is literally my box of old, very old pencils of all kinds. Some of them are like miniature, and they have my initials on it, so you can tell this one is at least 30 years old. And I used to have some that had my aunt's initials on them, but maybe no more. But yeah, these yeah, it's a weird assorted color set of that makes no sense. There's like 4 indigo, 2 blacks, some reds. No idea, she's visiting with a cellist friend. So something classy and classical. I boxed up all of my colored pencils and gave them to a friend's kiddo recently, and instantly thought of 100 ways I could have used them. Yep, that sounds about right. Absolutely. Kind of ran into similar problems with art supplies in the past, where stuff that I was like, oh, I'm not using this, I'm just gonna donate it, and then like not too far down the road you're like, oh crap. So I try to kind of not get rid of every single art supplies of a specific kind that I have, but even then, like I should sort of accept the fact that I don't need 3 lifetimes worth of watercolor paint, but I need some watercolor paints, and I should have that kind of mindset with everything else. Like I don't need 300 alcohol markers, let's say. I can keep a selection that I know I'm gonna use, you know. That's always what happens, absolutely. I'm not using this, let's get rid of it, and then... But I know she'll enjoy them, and I have a clean section of storage. Power up. Or space to put new stuff. Yeah, but what kind of new stuff are you gonna put in there? 5 pair of scissors, 10,000 straight pins. Selling things I don't know what it is, but it looks like a pizza cutter too. A Gallo.card. Card. Ooh! The sewing thing that looks like a pizza cutter is a rotary cutter. And it's quite useful for cutting up pieces for quilts, I think. She makes a lot of quilts. Well, that's probably what it's for then. Oh, quick sort of relevant side note. Our cleaner was here and hubby said, oh, El is a klepto. Have you seen his office? It's full of this and that. And I was like, collector. I collect things I do not steal. Yeah, that's not the same. Klepto and collector, not the same thing. Quilts with 1-inch squares. Ooh, that's tiny. Takes a whole lot of 1-inch squares to make a full quilt. Oh, can I just take a moment to rant about something that really bothers me? And it's the standard 12 color selection that you get in most basic sets of 12 anything. Whether it's colored pencils, watercolor, any other kind of paint, markers, you name it. How unhelpful is this stupid freaking color selection? It's a tiny bit better with paint because you can mix these together a bit better, but with colored pencils, like red, orange, yellow, 2 greens, 2 blues, a pink, a purple, a brown, a black, and a white. You cannot color anything nice with that unless you severely limit the number of colors you use within a single piece. And he says Klepto is collecting things. And I was like, illegally collect. They're really gorgeous enough than cat theme. Oh! Wait, what's up? Is everything okay, Cleo? Color pencils and marker were my stepping stones to watercolor. I need the colors in between. Yeah, definitely. Like, I just, it's always bothered me. Like the 12 whatever selection of colors, they always suck. What is the color selection of anything? I misread something, brain blip. Oh, okay. No worries. That happens. I'm still here, just laying down, listening though. Are you okay? Is everything good? I need more than 12 always. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like a selection of 12 colors that would go between, let's say, yellow and purple would be more fun to use than 12 basic colors. Like, at least my selection from yellow to purple is somewhat cohesive together. Whereas the basic selection of 12 color is just shit. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh no, what's up? I see people that can blend like it's magic, but that's not for me. I want this color. I mix these two colors and I'm done. Yeah, same. And like to a certain extent, not all supplies will blend well together. Like some will do better than other, but what are you supposed to do with a full set that doesn't have any like turquoise color in it? You cannot mix a cyan turquoise color. That's not a thing. And then what if you need a more peachy color? Well, oranges doesn't quite cut it, but what are you supposed to mix it with? The pink, but then I just hate it. I hate it so much. Always really pisses me off. Which is why I kind of like color selections that are different from that, because I'm like, yeah, well, at least with this, I get to be a bit creative and not just feel blocked by my own supplies, you know? Oh, I feel I understand color theory well. Okay, I feel I understand color theory well. However, I don't want to sit there and mix a particular color if there's a tube of a beautiful perfection. Oh, exactly. Exactly. And that's what paint mixes with. This, like, especially nowadays, like these are old pencils and they're super nice and smooth and like, can you tell that these are like 30 years old? I can't. I absolutely can't. But I've tried like more recent pencils that were not this good. And I just don't, anyway. I'm kind of glad that as a kid they would have the parents buy the 60 color sets of colored pencils, so at least you had 60 colors. Like, you can find the color you need as a kid that's not, you know, a master in color theory. They layer super well. I'm really impressed. These are amazing. Too bad they don't make them like this anymore. I feel like these are on par with like luminance, but these were like the cheap things you would get for kids 30 years ago. I was on a big sprint for the last few years testing my own paints and suddenly got into the rhythm of limitations and ideas to make next. So most of the tubes I bought as convenience have been collecting dust. Well, at least with that you can, with the understanding that you're not getting rid of your whole paint selection, just the tubes that you don't use, you can sell them somewhat. You can give them away if you feel like it, but I feel like with, at least with professional art supplies, you can always recoup a tiny bit of the cost that went into it, if you want. I did get a tube of the Winsor Newton PY 159 and I haven't been able to really play with it yet, but super excited. Oh, that's the granulating one, right? It's so pretty. Oh, I hope you get to it soon. It's a really fun color. Ooh, let us know what you think. I agree. Oh no, a yellow I don't have yet. Oh no, Cleo, and it's a good one too. Definitely worth adding to the wish list because it's one of the very few granulating yellows, and you can find it from Schminke or Winsor Newton, but the Winsor Newton one is much nicer. It's more even in its hue, whereas the Schminke one will have a kind of a grayish undertone to it. There will always be a few that are not replaceable, like the White Knight's green that's similar to Perylene green. Yeah, that's definitely. How do you like the paper? I love the paper. The paper is super nice and smooth, and so far is really fun to work with. And I really like that Moleskine papers are just a bit off-white. It is the granulating yellow. It dried very similar to Rutal yellow from Schminke, but wasn't as creamy in the quick test. Definitely going on the list. Too bad about the Schminke. I usually love the... Yeah, same. I was comparing it with... I was doing a in-person meetup with a friend who does watercolor too, and we were like fiddling around with the both versions, and yeah, the Schminke one, like the granulation areas are going to be more brightly yellow, like a more vivid yellow, but everything that is the undertone is going to be much more gray, whereas the yellow one from Winsor Newton is like the same hue between the granulated areas and the undertone. It's much more even. We found out that mixing the Schminke one with a color from Roman Schmal, one of their PY53, I think, kind of boosted up the color like the Schminke one so that it would remove a bit of that gray undertone. But yeah, the Winsor Newton one is lemon yellow deep, I think, I'm not sure. I'm a fan of Schminke Rutal yellow when I want that creamy sort of thing. I don't know how close it is to it, but it's a similar kind of creamy color, but the PY159 is granulating. So it doesn't show that much when you use it on its own, but if you mix it with other colors, especially colors that don't granulate, then you can really see the difference. Like if you mix it with a bit of phthalo blue, the phthalo blue is gonna mix in with the sort of undertone, and when it separates and granulates, you're really gonna see the yellow and the green. It's a really fun color. It's one of those hidden gem that Winsor & Newton has. There's a cardinal nearby. Flip, 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 flip. We've had rock doves in the chimney, but now we have babies, and the hoo-hoos seems to echo down. Oh no! Doves make such a sad sound. We have a lot of robins. I don't know what it is in English. Tu sais quoi un étourneau en anglais?
Starling.
Starlings. And cardinals. Oh, are seeming to echo down. One goes and then sets the others. I love birds outside. Birds and plants, both things that I really enjoy outside. Hubby was in Texas for a starling migration and got the full Helicopter landing on the house effect. Oh, dude, that sounds really, really striking. Over here, it's mostly their like the noise they make, and they always make me laugh because it's such an ungraceful noise that they make. Them and what do they call? Like something like red-winged blackbirds. They make like really silly sounding noises. That's my favorite bird. Which one? Red-winged blackbird. Oh, that's actually the name. It's Caturday in French, which kind of describes them well, in a way. I like that pink hue so much somehow. I love the red and black combination. I used to see them a lot as a kid. Yeah, we see them a lot around here, and I really like. They're really striking birds because you have like this bird that's, you know, a good size. It's not a teeny tiny bird, and it's completely black except for the shoulder of the wing that is bright red, and it has that line at the I think it has a white line, I think, between the red and the black. It's a really nice pink, isn't it? I like it. I also feel like there could be a very nice pack of washi tape patterns there. Poulette, red and yellow and black. Poulette. Is that actually a name given to birds in English? Oh, Lana, maybe you weren't there, but I'm absolutely ripping off these designs from Marimekko. I think it's Sana Anuka, the designer. Yeah, Sana Anuka. And I wanted to say Poulette. Poulette. Did I say Poulette? I don't think I did. Oh, épaulette. Sorry. I was like, wait, what? It's carouge à épaulette. Épaulette being like shoulder pads. It sounds like poulette, but it's épaulette. It's not quite the same sound, nor the same spelling. Yeah. Épaulette. Shoulder pads. Poulette on its own is what I call pickle. This is like a cutesy name for a hen. Yeah, épaulette, that's it. I ran out of patterns, so now I'm making stuff up as I go along. I was finding bear, but I heard chicken as well, and was giggling about chicken peck. Did you find bear? Oh, did you mean chicken pickle? Cats are really good at looking like chicken. Like whenever they loaf up but have, you know, some bits of paws out, they kind of look like a little chicken. Oh, speaking of little chicken, where we go biking, we go to a park that's along the edge of the island, so close to the water, and there are so many Canadian geese. And at this time of the year, the Canadian geese have their babies with them. The babies are so freaking cute. It's really interesting because they have all stages of babies with them. They have like some that are definitely much younger than others because they're so tiny. And you have others that are becoming quite big and chunky. And it's often like a group of 4 to 6 adults with like 30 babies. Young chickens are sometimes referred to as poulettes. Yeah, but poulette in French is feminine. It's also something some sleazy guy might call you. We need photos. Yeah, Guillaume, well, Mr. E took a bunch of photos. I'll have to ask him to send them to me. Dude, bear! Stop giving your paw heart attacks. Need photos, have photos. Yeah, we took photos. Guillaume took photos. It's really funny because the geese parents, they really don't like people to like hover around the babies too much. And yeah, Canadian geese can look really intimidating. You feel like they're staring into your soul. You're like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Have fun with your baby dinosaurs. Bye. Canadian geese are much bigger than you think they are from over there. Yeah, they're not very aggressive per se, but they don't allow much room for bullshit. Especially if they are babies. Flashback to French lessons in middle school and the teacher explaining chouette, and that chou is used to call on ladies or something. Is it? Maybe in France, not over here. But yeah, chouette, you can both use it as an expression to say cool or awesome, but it's also a bird. One tried to dive bomb my car on the highway once. It was terrifying. Oh my gosh. Yep. They don't mess around. Oh no. Canadian geese also poop everywhere. It's really gross. We have to play like slalom between the poops when we go biking. My friend in Paris does use chou a lot when speaking to friends. Oh, really? Well, I've seen it used as like mon chou, but it would be for dudes. I hear the French bro. Yeah, but I'm not real French. I'm French Canadian, so. It's the year stop French lessons. As for French, is such a sex language. Someone could tell me to take the garbage out and I'd swoon. Ah. Isn't there my shoe? Well, it would have to be my chouette, but it's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm like I said, I'm not familiar with the actual French from France stuff all that much. I just know the bird is an owl. That's it. Maybe it was a dude friend. I was only overhearing her over the phone. Oh, maybe. I had 3 years of marching band, and 2 of the months was fighting the Canadian geese that like to chill on the football field and poop everywhere, right? One shoe sounds means cabbage, one is a pastry to make profit rolls. Well, it's the same. Un chou, whether it's the veggie, or un chou, whether it's the pastry. Often the pastry will be a chou à la crème, but...
Je mets à quoi pour l'oreiller, la doudou?
C'est quoi, c'est extra, very... En dessous?
Okay. Normal?
Ouais. But I'm limited to French Creole, and that's super limited. That's also very different. It's so interesting. I had coworkers that spoke Creole, and it was so weird because they would speak Creole on the phone between themselves, whatnot, and your brain grasps onto 1 word out of 5, maybe. So you spend all the time trying to figure out if you can understand or if you can't. And it's so weird. Hey, Paulo! I see chou as cabbage and shoot. I don't know, that sounds made up. But like I said, I speak Canadian French, and we don't exactly use shoot. But it could be an actual word, and I just don't know about it. It feels like what we do here often, and it's make up a word based on another word. I'm trying to find an example. But like, let's say a word is specifically one way, and we want to use it in a slightly different way, we will just make something up. They have been oiling geese eggs to stop them hatching here because the population and poops were so great. They would leave 1 egg untouched per nest. Past 2 years, Minnesota. Aw, that's kind of sad. And English people telling me that I'm mispronouncing French words. That's another talent of mine. 7 out of 10 cafe visits. Their numbers went down drastically since last year. That's so sad. It made me sick too when I heard about it. It makes the eggs so... Aww. Poor babies. And then there's gonna be issues where there's not enough geese, and I don't remember much from French lessons, but there is a title of a story, Paris qui rit, Paris qui pleure. Not sure if it's written correctly. I think it is. It's basically Paris laughs, Paris cries, or something. Yeah, it was about pleurer having the meaning of crying and raining. Yeah. Oh, what a shit job to have to oil the geese eggs. That's really sad. I'm gonna finish this line and then end the stream. So if you have any questions or any topics you want to... Oh, we forgot to ask what was the best food you ate this week. I feel like that's a very important question. Hey, thank you so much, Melissa. I didn't find an X-Acto knife, but I found some strange sharp tweezers that work for what I need. Teasing off a teensy support from a 3D print. Ooh! What was the 3D printed item? Crafters are very resourceful. We have to. I made tartlets last Sunday. Are they the ones you posted picture on the Discord? Those were some pretty hefty blueberries on there. Best thing I ate this week was my summer treat, a Russian cold veggie soup. Oh wow, that sounds really interesting. A 1/64 scale person for a bookstore. Ooh. So, I've seen the photos of these, and do you like 3D print yourself the stuff for them? Or how does that work out? There was a support on the region. Oh my gosh, yeah. Tony's have a pecan and caramel bar. That hurts. That just hurt me so bad. Ah, Tony's, why? Why? The tartlets were so nice. I agree. I was mesmerized by the crust. That crust looked so good. Oh, but stupid Tony and his chocolate. Bloody hell. Like, there's about just one that there's two that I can absolutely safely eat. I could eat any of them if I decided not to care too much about the milk, but there's only two available to me that don't have any dairy in them, and one is like toffee, almonds, and sea salt, and I don't like stupid salty freaking chocolate, okay? Not my jam. So there's only the one dark chocolate one that I can eat, and I see all the other flavors and I'm like, why? Please, Tony, make more without milk and salt in them. Please. Agedashi tofu I had to. Oh man, that must have been amazing. Oh, I love that. That's such delicious tofu. I'm afraid of 3D printer fumes. Okay. But there's this one person on Etsy who has a huge variety of figures for decent cost. Like, you can get 300 for the cost of printing your own. Oh wow, okay. That's a good service. That's fine. I was just curious because I feel like with how easy to get 3D printers are now, you never really know if someone is like fully decked out and just printing out stuff on their own, or the other route of going to someone who does that online and just buying the finished product. I really like it for what it's done to watercolor palettes. I think the best thing I ate this week was hot dogs, because the the place we get our food from, they finally had the smoked pork sausages back in availability. Like, they mostly have them for the summer for barbecues and stuff, but they're really delicious and they make really tasty hot dogs. I would 3D print if I weren't paranoid about the printer on the kitty. That's a very valid concern. We had friends from the States over last weekend, and one is originally from Korea, and we were discussing the Japan trip, and he said his last trip home was almost 11K. So I think it's going to be a long time before we get to that part of the world. Oof. Do you have any good Japanese restaurants in your area that can maybe tide you over? I was looking and printing the recipe Dr. Otto was talking about. Which one? Because I'm going through it. Oh, Agedashi tofu. I love it. I've been eating tofu too, but I do the most lazy tofu ever. The slabs of tofu we get, it's basically like a square slab, so I just make thick slices and I just pan fry them with nothing, and then I put them in a burger bun with seasonings and fake cheese. There you go, burger sandwich. We have very American style Japanese around us, but we're only an hour drive to Japan. Oh, ooh, that's good. That's much more affordable. I found a superb one in Edinburgh. We'll take you there if you get it. Dude, you know, if Otto calls it superb, it's, you know, it's real. I remember making a trip to Japan Center 30 years ago. Oh. What's the best kind of tofu? It depends. Depends on what you like about it. For some people, they just don't like tofu, and that's fine. You don't have to like everything. But it can go from really soft, that's a texture closer to jello or flan, than it is to anything you can handle, really. And then you have extra firm tofu, which is closer to cheese than it is to the other one. So it really depends on what you want to use your tofu for, and what do you plan on eating, or just the kind of taste you like. I've always loved tofu. My mom hated it, but she would try it. She tried it in recipes when I was a kid, and she didn't like it, but I liked it, so I stuck around since then. That would be lovely. And then watch me turn into the parents from Spirited Away when I see the first candy store with that. It's superb. It's spot on. It felt like eating at a niceness. It felt like eating at a nice restaurant in Japan. Oh my gosh. I want to go. No, what? Nope. There's a really nice Japanese restaurant in London, but it's very expensive, and only been able to go a couple of times. The normal is Wagamama. Let's not talk about Wagamama. Well, what is it? It tastes like whatever you cook it with. Yeah, basically. But the texture can be important depending on what you want to cook with it. So let's say you want to have it a bit like fake ricotta in a lasagna. You're better off to go with the firmer kind, because you can mash it up and mix it with like lemon, salt, pepper, maybe some spinach, and you're gonna end up with a filling that is not too watery and quite tasty. But if you want to blend it into something for more of a creamy look, then you're better off with the softer tofu. Does that make sense? I like it plain. I like plain tofu, and I'm not. I will put like dry seasonings on it, and that's just as good to me. If you want to eat out with 3 friends, then all of you get served at totally random times, including after you've paid the bill. Wagamama is the best. It's the worst godforsaken place that call themselves a Japanese restaurant, and it's a franchise, I guess, right? I mean, just the name doesn't sell it at all. For real, there is no rhythm to the way it runs, and they tell you that up front. But why? That's so weird. Like, I've had that kind of experience in izakaya, but it's kind of the whole premise is they bring you stuff as it's ready and you munch on it during the evening. It means spoiled brat. Really? Why would you call your restaurant a spoiled brat? Well, considering what you guys have told us about it, I guess the name is sort of fitting, right? Will you get your food? Will you not? Who knows? Are you referring to the customers as spoiled brats or yourselves? Well, definitely themselves. In reality, but who knows what's in their mind. Oh, that reminds me, in terms of good and accurate branding, There's a somewhere in Quebec. There used to be a a guy who would clean, like a plumber, whose specialty would be to clean up the septic tanks, I think, if I remember right. And his name, if I sort of translate it in a way that fits, like it was Mario Amard, but it's basically as if he called it Shitty Mario, the plumber who cleans up your septic tank. And you're like, well, you know what you're getting into, right? That's kind of fair. You have no idea how angry that place makes me, as you might be able to tell from all the gas. I might have an idea. It's so hard to imagine because it's such a weird franchise concept and idea. The restaurant, I mean, not the guy who cleans up the septic tanks. Alright, and on that lovely, delicious note, I'm gonna end the stream. Unless there are any other things that pop up in chat, but yeah. I hope you guys will have a great weekend and also a great week. Oh, wait. Otto has more. Oh no, wait, it's a link. How can I can't, hold on. Wait, it's the ramen page, Otto. You mean the donburi? What am I seeing? Oh my gosh! The photo of the chicken katsu curry is disgusting. Oh my gosh. What's happening? What's happening? Why did they shape the rice like they would from for omurice? I mean, the other photos, like the photos of the ramen, they look kind of okay. They don't look terrible. But yeah, the curries look like nightmarish. Like completely cursed, yeah. They don't look like Japanese curry. And I mean, it's not like as if Japanese curry was difficult to plate. You put the rice on one side, you put the curry stew on the other side, and that's it. That's it. We have chicken katsu salad. Let's see. Soulful bowls, is that it? Chicken katsu salad. Well, what if you want to eat healthy fried chicken, you know? Yeah, no, the curries are really offensive, I gotta say. They really look terrible. Like, there's no way that plating with the you know, the sauce on top, like, with that color. It's really unappetizing. It's really gnarly. But, I mean, the ramen kind of looked presentable. They might not look like real Japanese ramen per se, but you know, it was not too blasphemous. It's not super cheap either. What is nowadays? Find me something that's actually cheap. Oh my gosh. I remember a time when I could get a Vietnamese sandwich. It was about this long for like $3. That's the menu photo. Imagine what they actually look like in the restaurant. Well, that can go two ways, right? Since these are franchisees, maybe they ended up with a chef that doesn't have his head too far up his ass and knows how to plate something so it actually looks good. But maybe they have to follow that stupid menu photo and yeah, that's just stupid. It just doesn't look good. I'm going to stop, but I want to add Mama on the lumpy elephant list. Oh, well, let's focus on the good one. Let's focus on Nando's. Nando's is good, right? I just checked. There are 3 of them near here. The Wagamamas. I hate the name. I really hate the name. But you know why we do the Howard Drive to Japan Center? Does Japan Center have ready-made meals that you can buy on location? Or is it more like a, you know, just all kinds of Japanese items, but not necessarily food that's prepared on location? I'm really enjoying The Brilliant History of Art and Color by Victoria Findlay. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Oh, because we have the original piri piri chicken. Well, yeah, I mean, there's fresh food, bakery, dried, frozen. Oh no, that sounds way too good. Oh, it sounds like a place where I would have to order from all the time or visit all the time. All right, I'm hungry. I hope you guys have a great week and a great weekend, like I said. Nice weather, not too much heat, not too much smoke. Let's always hope for the best, I guess, right? And yeah, see ya in the next one. Hopefully I will be able to have another stream next weekend, but I never really know because lately my allergies have been like way out of proportion. It's just insane just how crummy I feel. Basically, it feels like having a cold, but it's not actually a cold, but it's all the sneezing and runny nose and feeling like my face is like inflated. It is just not fun. So if it's a good Saturday next week live stream, and if it's a shitty Saturday, well, I'll postpone again. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Great weekend. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have fun for tonight and tomorrow. Bye.